nggak sopan kayak gitu ya.
Belum aja sih. Belum.
Udah. Yuk. 1, 2, 3.
Hai guys.
Hai.
Welcome back to podcast Suara Remaja. Thanks for being here and taking time to listen. Today we're going to talk about a topic that's uncomfortable, often misunderstood, but extremely important. Guess what? Anyone of you can guess?
What?
It's about the clue is love or grooming.
Love and grooming. What is that? Child grooming?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's about child grooming. This is one of those issues that people don't always notice right away because grooming rarely starts with something that looks dangerous. It doesn't always look like stress or force. Sometimes it looks like attention. It looks like someone who listens, someone who understands, someone who makes a young person feel seen, special, or cared for. And that's exactly why it can be so harmful because it hides in plain sight. We're discussing this topic today because especially online, there are a lot of opinions that try to normalize or excuse this situation. You might have seen comments like, age is just a number, or they both are happy, so what's the problem? These statements can sound harmless at first, but they ignore the imbalance of power, maturity, and responsibility involved. And when that imbalance is ignored, real harm can happen. But before we go further, we want to be clear, this discussion is meant to raise awareness and encourage critical thinking, not to shock or sensationalize. The goal is to help people understand why grooming is dangerous even when it doesn't look dangerous at the beginning. So today we'll be having a structured discussion with 4 speakers. We have 2 speakers from the pro side who will represent common opinions that are often shared online, arguments that try to involve minors, argument just to justify or downplay age-gap relationship involving minors. These are not opinions we are promoting, but opinions we are examining because they exist and they influence how people think. Then we have 2 speakers from the counter side who will respond to those arguments and explain why this mindset is risky, misleading, and harmful, especially for children and teenagers who are still developing emotionally and mentally. To introduce ourselves briefly, I'll be your host for today, guiding the discussion and keeping things on track. Our pro speaker will represent viewpoints that are commonly heard in comment section and social media debate, and our counter speakers will be break down those viewpoints and explain the real-world consequence behind them. This podcast isn't about attacking individuals, it's about challenging ideas, because when harmful ideas go unchallenged, they can become normalized. So with that in mind, let's begin today's discussion. We'll start with the pro side.
Hello, my name is Ataya Sayla.
And my name is Stephanie Valencia Dermoy.
Hello,
Hello, my name is Karisa Dewi.
And my name is Yuki Solia Zahra, and we were from countryside.
Hi. So I'm gonna ask you, if they both agree, what's the problem?
Okay, I will just it. This is what is a lot of people think, but are scared to say because they don't want to get attacked online. If 2 people are talking and both of them seem happy, comfortable, and emotionally involved, why do people immediately label is a grooming? Not ever a gift automatically means something bad is happening. Not every older person is a predator. Sometimes the younger person is the one who starts the conversation. They protect first, they first, and they say they are interested. And honestly, matter is different for everyone. Some people are secure but emotionally aware, confident, and independent. Some people are adults but still immature and irresponsible. So judging or starting based on only one example unfair. Especially on social media, people see one screenshot on clip on rumor and sudden and everyone is addicted, judge and jury. I understand projecting minor is important, I really do. But assuming the older person always has bad intention will accept. What if they genuinely care? What if they are serious? What if they're emotional and not sexual at all? People actually like feeling don't exist, like attraction is something you can just turn off. So yeah, something calling everyone grooming feels like on the operation.
Okay, I want to pause here for a second because I feel like a lot of listeners are probably nodding right now. This argument is everywhere online, and I get why it sounds reasonable. When something looks calm, mutual, and non-sexual, it's easy to think, but it's exactly why this conversation matters. Because grooming doesn't announce itself, it blends in. So let's hear the contrary response.
Yes. I understand why that argument really radical. That's exactly what makes it dangerous. Because grooming doesn't really unfair, it's really on truth. Grooming is not about love, it's about power and control. A minor and adult are never an equal ground, not emotionality, not mentality, not socially. Even in the minor feels matter, even in the belief they're choosing freely, grooming don't start by pushing at field boundaries. They start by building emotional dependence. They make the minor feel special, chosen, important. They say things like, you're so mature for your age, you're so different from other kids, you understand me better than people my age. Our connection is special. And then comes secrecy. Don't tell anyone, they will understand, they judge us. That's not romance, that's isolation. And the argument that the younger and start doesn't matter. Others are responsible for boundaries. If a minor flirts, the adult job is to stop it. And here's the harder truth, grooming often doesn't feel wrong while it's happening. It feels safe, it feels validating, it feels like someone finally cares. That's why people don't realize it until later.
Yeah, that part about secrecy really stand out to me because when someone say don't tell anyone, it's already a sign that something isn't right.
Yes.
Healthy relationship don't need to be hidden, alright?
Yes.
Let's move to our second pro speaker.
I still think people oversimplify this issue because not all cases are extreme. Yes. 17 years old taking to 19 or 20 or years old is not the same as a child talking to someone much older. But online, people treat them exactly the same. Teenagers are often talked about like they're completely incapable of thinking, like they don't understand emotional or they can consequence. But teenagers do make the decision. They do fall in love. They do form emotional connection. And if the real relationship is respectful, slow, and not sexual, why does everyone panic?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes people connect through shared interests, games, music, fandom, and social media. That doesn't automatically mean manipulation. I feel like the word grooming gets used too often that is losing its meaning. And when everything is grooming, people stop taking real cases seriously.
I think this is where a lot of confusion happens because people hear grooming and immediately think of the worst case scenario. So let's clear that up with our final contra response.
Okay, actually, I'm really glad this was brought up because grooming isn't defined only by age, it's defined by power imbalance. Power can come from age, guys, from experience, from emotional dependence, from authority. Um, Ask this question: who control the relationship emotionally? Who decides um, what's allowed? Is there scarcity? Is there pressure? Or is guilt being used? Or is isolation happening? Because grooming can happen even with a small age gap, guys. If someone says, if you really care, you do this, yeah. If you tell anyone, I'll leave, you don't need anyone else but me. That's not love, guys. That's totally not love, okay? That's a control.
Yes.
Yeah, teenagers can think yes, but that doesn't make them immune to manipulation. Even adults get manipulation, so accepting teenagers to just know better puts responsibility on the wrong person. Normalizing adult pursing minors is dangerous. It's not a cool, it's not safe, it's not love, it's a control, and the match doesn't disappear just because it started emotionally. Yeah.
Um, your guys' opinions so amazing. That's so critical thinking, and I'm so glad to hear this because for me it was a listen too that you're talking about is so unique and have a different viewpoint that changed my life too. So I want to end this episode by speaking directly to you as a listener. If something ever feels confusing, secretive, or uncomfortable, you're not overthinking. Your feelings matter. At Suara Remaja, we believe awareness is protection. Talking about this doesn't create danger. Ignoring it does. So for for all, thank you for staying with us through this heavy conversation. Thank you for the speakers too, for speaker our spectacular speaker. This is Suara Remaja and this is our voice. Until the next time. See you guys. Bye.